Welcome to Midwest Paranormal Presents, a special Paranormal Soup segment for Saturday. I am testing today with live allophones on a number of different apps and devices. What you'll hear today are apps that use the allophones and phenoms of speech. That means there won't be any words in these apps. So if we get any messages or anything that comes across, there were no words in these apps. I'll be with you in just 1 second with my fellow investigator, Catherine Stillen. We're getting her tested out so she can come on the show tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's open lines, guys. You got stories you want to call in, you can call in through my Skype line at Skype ID OOJBLANDOO. All right, you there, Catherine?
Yeah.
So you're using your iPad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Something in your computer might be messed up that won't let you, it's just not getting the plugin downloaded or something like that.
Plugin download yesterday and it said it was okay. But I don't know what the deal is.
Huh. Well, that's why we test. And I wanted to get on here because I got some allophone stuff I've been working on. Let's say hello to Nick in the chat room. Ooh, some feedback there. This is on the fly. I think I got like 2 viewers, so one viewer at least. Got Mr. Nick Rhodes. This is more his time zone. Oh, and I got Dr. Christopher Bobbitt, who's going to be on the show for the ITC Collective show on the 29th. All right, so I've been working around with allophones. People may know I've been working with Matt Payne on the Raven app, which uses only allophones and phenoms and human speech. And I'm trying to just do different things. Matt has another app out there that's amazing called PSI, the bank player. So it plays whatever you want to throw in there, 1 second audio segments. You can chop up words, you can chop up anything, throw it into the bank player, and it plays it. It's a great app for this kind of research. And so I've been playing around with it. I actually made my own palette of allophones and edited them down with modulated volumes. So, you know, Catherine, you're probably hitting something that's hitting your connection because you're getting like, I keep getting buzzing or something from you, or you're hitting something on your mic or something.
I was just, okay, how do you?
There. Yeah, that's the mute button. Yep, there you go. All right, but we know we can get you on at least.
Yeah,
so, yeah, go ahead.
I said, yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah. And that's why I look like crap. This is not a pre-planned episode. This is just me doing some tests with allophones. I got it all loaded up here on my tablet. We're going to give it a shot. Actually, at one point today, I tested out having 2 EVP makers playing, my the Raven app playing through my computer, and the PSI bank player playing. So I had like, I don't know, like 8 different channels of stuff going with allophones and pull them through my portal setup. I'm still working on that. I don't think I'm going to try that, but I'm going to try a couple things. What I did is what we're going to try. We'll try a couple things. First, I'll start out with this regular EVP maker off my tablet. What I did is I took the segment of allophones and I made a audio file where the allophones are at different volumes. Like there's one segment of the whole allophone list is at a regular decibel level. Another one's at a like 3 decibels down. Another one's another decibels down. I got one that's really loud. So when it chops up the audio, it's going to be chopping it up and it's going to be playing it randomly, and different allophones are come out at different volume levels. So we'll try out with that first. Let me get that loaded up. These are things I've been thinking about doing for a long time and just trying to find the time to do them. Oh, come on. All right, we'll start out with the allophones. All right, so you hear it. This is going through a phaser, reverb, and into a noise gate. If I turn the noise gate off, it's constant. The volumes are going over, up, and down, so I turn on the noise gate. It's only going to let a little bit come through. This is just the EVP Maker. People who don't know, you can find EVP Maker online. It's free, and you can take any audio you throw into it and chop it up. Hey, welcome, David. Welcome, Ricky. And if my video doesn't look the greatest, it's because I'm doing this all off my Wi-Fi. And I'm trying to type one-handed, so I'm typing in my chat room and messing it up. David or Nick, I don't know how well my Wi-Fi will hold up, and Ricky, I don't know if Ricky's got set up for this, but either one of you or Chris want to jump into the Hangouts, I'll let you. Just give me your email here in the chat, and I'll send you an invite. So, can you say a name of a person watching the show right now? Actually, can you say my name? Again, people, this is called EVP Maker. This is one of the apps I'm going to test out here in the next, probably about 30 minutes or so. I'm going to be testing them on. Let me see, David, if you're saying it's your name and Gmail, I'll try that. Oh, I just pulled you up too. All right, David, I got you. Can you say the person I just invited? Can you say their name? And if you hear a little kid in the background, that's my son. Can you say my son's name? Now, I've experimented with allophones on one investigation I experimented on, and I got only 2 interesting replies, but they were, to me, solid replies. I don't know if I had that on my palette of stuff. No, but I can pull that up. I'll pull that up after this test. Can you say the name of the person that's in this show with me right now? Almost like it sounded like I tried to say Catherine. Hey, David.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. Experiment with allophones, man.
Yeah, I hear that.
Modulated volume allophones, I should say. All right. Stop that test for a second. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get, playing around different allophones, some of the results I got in the past, and trying out different things. What I'm trying to do is find a way to modulate them so they aren't a constant volume level, that they'll become in different volume levels, and then just like a radio goes through a portal, the noise reduction is at different volume levels, and that's what cuts out part of it. That's what I'm trying to do with the allophones. Because experiments I do with the allophones, I got responses, but it's in between all the blah, 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 blah goop in between. So that's what the whole Raven thing with Matt that we came up with was the purpose. We have modulated volume so you could play it through a portal. So I'm trying different ways of doing it. I did the Raven test a few days ago, and Matt posted some of the results of that, and I posted that to my YouTube channel. We did seem like we got some responses. Raven's awesome because it's playing 4 different banks of it on top of each other. The CVP maker, it can only play 1 allophone at a time.
Yeah, the Raven, it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, if we're going to get any responses, I don't know.
Oh, it also depends on where you're at.
True. Yeah, my house is kind of warded. So I asked my spirit guides to come through today. You know, my spirit guides, and if they can help anybody that's a positive, good spirit to come through, especially anybody in the ITC related field, the founders of ITC, you know, they'd help out today. Try to experiment with this. I'm going to let it play, David. I'm going to let you ask some questions because I have to go check on my son, who's promised me he'd be fine for 20 minutes. And now he's yelling for me. So what I'm going to do is, David, I'm going to let you take over. And stuff happens when I leave. I don't know why, but it does. It seems like I leave and people come back, oh my God, I heard this when I've done these experiments. So I'm going to play this EVP maker. This is just the EVP maker with my modulated volume file, like you were just hearing. I'm going to play it again, go check on him, and I'll be right back. You hear it all right?
Yeah.
All right, spirits, talk to David, my friend here. Help me validate this.
How are you? Are there by chance anybody that knows there or that I've been wanting to ask from the last year you know where I live? You know what's going on around this area.
Did you get anything?
I didn't really hear anything.
Yeah. The thing is with this is one of those things I definitely know is a playback thing. It's hard with allophones. It's just as bad as EVPs. You aren't going to hear it more often. You're going to hear it when you play it back. So it's not the greatest thing for two-way communication, but it's a great deal to validate the whole thing.
I asked if there was any relatives from Alaska, and I also asked if they knew where I lived.
So I'll have to listen back to that. Now this is just EVP Maker. I got other stuff I want to try out. I got the bank set up. For me to do Raven, sadly, Raven does not work very well on this tablet. I have to do it through my computer, and when I do that, I don't get to hear you guys because I have to cut off your audio.
The other day.
Yeah. Let me ask Chris. I sent Chris invite too. I don't know what happened if he's able to get on. If I want to make sure he's able to get on because he's coming on the 29th.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have that link.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm waiting to see what's going on with Chris. Let me get the other thing set up.
He might want to check his G Plus or his emails.
Yeah. He said he didn't.
He didn't.
Let me send it again. I find the best way is to go to the Hangouts page and get it there.
Yeah, I usually use my G Plus.
Yeah, because if you go to your email, it seems that most of the time it doesn't even get to the email. All right, send again, Chris. All right. Now this next one is the PSI Bank Player by Matt Payne, and I gave it a whole allophone bank and human phenom bank. Anything can communicate with us. Can you say one of our names?
Yeah.
There's Chris.
Figured it out.
Good. Better now than on the 29th.
Yeah, get used to it.
Anything can communicate with us. Can you say one of our names? Oh, yep. Got to turn off the YouTube in the background.
All right, I'm going deaf for a second. I turned the mute on so that way it won't have to throw my headphones back.
A lot of people, when they join, they forget they got to turn their YouTube off in the background. Let me see why I got that. Get things rolling at once. Oop. This is EVP Maker and the PSI Bank at the same time going through my portal.
Yeah.
Can you say one of our names? Yeah, all right, we'll do the finger test. Can you tell me how many fingers I'm holding up?
Funny, it sounded like it said 5, then 1, 2, 3.
That's what I was just going to say. I thought I heard it say like a count in a second.
Yeah. But it didn't say how many you had out.
No, can't count. Can you say David's last name? Almost like I thought a second there was. It did say coffin. Can you tell us your name? You guys hear how the volume goes in and out? It's that modulated. They're all modulated, so the volume goes
Yeah.
up and then it has to go through that portal. Are you able to use this device? Can you say the word yes or no? I heard barely.
I heard yes as you
Heard
were
that too.
starting to talk.
These are one of those things that I think the research I've done on it is you got to use it constantly for something to figure out how to use it. I swear I just heard you hear my voice. Are you being able to start to use it? Can you say your name?
Yeah. Can you say hello?
Something I'm not. Can you say my last name for validation?
Can you say the name of his channel.
What's the name of my show?
You hear that?
What was that? What'd you hear?
You're here or something like that.
Oh, I see. I thought I've heard it say that before too. Remember, people, there's no words in this app. There's nothing. I have two apps playing. EVP Maker, which is a file, and it has the allophone file multiplied with different volume levels on each file, chopped up. And then PSI Bank Player by Matt Payne, Paranormal Channel Investigations UK. This PSI Bank Player, I've loaded in human allophones and more robotic allophones, and they're all modulated too. And this all goes through a portal. How many spirits are here? Can you tell me, what am I holding in my hand right now? Can you see, what am I holding in my hand right now? I'm gonna have to listen back, but I thought it did say battery at one point. I wasn't sure. Can you say the name of somebody that's watching the show right now? That was a weird. I almost thought I heard a voice in there that said. It was like a voice, and I swear it said. I thought it said Nick Rhodes, like really quick, which Nick Rhodes was in here. I don't know if he still is. But it was different than all the other voices. It's like it suddenly took all the voices and made it one, and it sounded like it said Nick Rhodes really quick.
I heard it.
It definitely leads to audio matrixing. Huge, big time. You know. But it's when you go back and play it back and you can listen to it over and over again to tell if it's your ears trained, tricked on you're not. Nick says, yep, he's still here. I think it said your name, Nick. Do you know Nick? Try to think of other questions to ask. It's like you gotta. I'm trying to like keep the questions simple too, because if this is a difficult device for him to use, not make it too complicated. Like, tell me, what is it like in heaven when you're at? You know, like, I can get one word out of this. How are you gonna tell me? Here we go. You can tell me what it's like where you're at in one word.
Yeah.
Thought it said fantastic.
I'll have to listen to that again. Let's hope so. Can you say the name of the person who I just said hello to in the chat room that just joined? Oh, and then it shuts down. One thing I hate about this tablet, it shuts down. If you said it, you got to say it again. That sounded like a cuss word.
Where I was born.
Where was David born?
Heard my name.
Yeah.
I was born in Barrow, Alaska. I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, Barrow.
What did you hear?
I heard my name, but before that I heard the beginning of Barrow.
Barrow? See, I wasn't sure where you were born, so I wasn't sure what to be listening to, but that's, you know, I might have said it. I don't know.
Yeah, Barrow, Alaska.
Belinda's asking if they said her name or not. I thought I might have heard. I was listening earlier when I asked if they could say the person who's joined in. I thought it might have said Belinda. I'm not sure.
No.
We're all going to have to listen back. I'm telling you what, this is one of those things you have to listen back to. It's not like the SCD one where you get clear through, which I might pop on the SCD one, just for the hell of it. I'm doing this development of these allophone apps as more of a way to prove the validity of the SCD one, of any of the vocal bank apps.
Well, I like the thing that there is no words in it. I mean, there's so many apps out that you don't know what words are in it.
Right. And you know, the SCD one, you know, I think it's legitimately one of the best apps out there to use with a portal, especially. And I mean, I don't have the Impossible box, but it looks awesome. But the critics are like, well, you're going to get words. You're going to get that stuff because that's the audio that's coming through from the internet radio. Or if you have a word bank app, you know, well, of course you're going to get words. There's word banks in it. But the theory is that they can take any kind of audio and manipulate it to say what they want it to say. So that's why I've been working with Matt on these allophone apps. So if it can manipulate audio that's not words and make words out of it, that is a huge validation to the whole field. Huge validation. Exactly.
The SCD1 is like an internet SC7.
Yeah, exactly. For example, let me play for the audience here. Let me get it loaded up. I'm going to play 2 examples of my allophones from a few years ago at a location where this was taken. I played it on my show before. I'm going to play it again. I'm going to minimize you guys for a second.
While you're going to do that, I'm going to go grab a smoke.
Okay, Dave.
While you guys do that, I'm going to get something to drink.
Okay. Everybody take a break while I get my audio up. But where this was at the Bell Guinness property a few years ago. It's one of the first times I had the EVP maker pulled up on my computer. I'm like, I'll try it out here and see what we get. And I did get 2 interesting responses that were, to me, direct responses to what was going on. So here is the first one. Let me make sure I got that button down. Let me stop my players. Stop my stuff here. All right, so that's done. Let me play this. All right, so this first one is my wife is wearing. We were down.
All right.
This was actually 5 years ago because my son's 4. She was pregnant with my son, and she was wearing a breather mat, so she could wouldn't breathe in. There was a cat box down there. She wanted to breathe in any of the matter from the bad when you're pregnant. So she says, I hope you're not scared because of this mask you're wearing. And this is what comes through. Now, this is not modulated volume. This was just the plain EVP maker. This is before I knew anything about using a portal, a noise decimator, or anything like that. It's just me playing it off my computer and putting a recorder up to it.
If I look funny to you, I apologize. I am wearing a face mask. I hope I'm not scaring you, and that's the reason you're not talking to us. It's just that, the air's not...
It's okay. It's going to be right here. And I'll tell you what it says. I know I'm giving it away, but it's I am not scared.
It's just that,
Do you hear it? I don't know if anybody's back. Oops. On. It's either I am scared or I'm not scared. I'm not sure.
I'm scared.
I'm scared, you think?
Yeah.
But I always thought those two reply. This is the other play, the other reply. But I always thought, wow, I never got. And it's one of those things I get like, wow, those are only two responses I got, but they were really interesting. That they were pretty much to me, direct replies to what we're talking about. I'll play the other one here in a sec. But I'm like, wow, there's something to this. But every time else I try to experiment with it, just like there's so much blah 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 going on. I'm like, huh. So when Steve Huff came out with this portal, I started thinking about allophones again, and that's when I talked to Matt about like, hey, I really want to do some stuff with some allophone experiments. Can you build an app that would play them at random modulations of volume? So, because if you put this regular EVP maker with the regular SpeakerJet allophone file through it, it's going to either cut it all out or not cut it out because it's one volume level. For the portal to work, it has to have volumes that are up and down for it to have something to cut out, because it's going to take those louder decibels and let that get through the noise gate and the lower ones not. So I want something to kind of cut those out. So let me play the other one. This one, she's asking, I don't know if I have the question here and I don't remember, but she asked if you're a boy or a girl. Yeah, I didn't have her question. I think she asked a question, and it's almost like 50 seconds later, so I didn't have it on there. You hear it? It says, I am a boy.
Not here.
The EVP game.
had a cycle a few times. So.
Yeah. But I always found, I've always like, thought that, if there's a way we could build something where they could learn how to use that, that would give so much credibility to, using an app or something like that, if they could use these jumbled up sounds and make words out of them. I think it's a lot harder for them to do that. And the experiments I've seen, like I was going to pull it up before I did this test, but I forgot to. There's a ITC page where I found people that experimented with these allophones, and they got some really interesting replies. But both the testimonies to try and experiment with it, they experimented with it for months and months and months and months in the same location. So it built up like a repertoire with the spirit using it to try to learn how to use it. So it's not the best thing to try to use if you want to go out on location to investigate somewhere, you know, because, well, you're meeting new spirits. How are they going to know how to use it? This is definitely an ITC device. You know, this is definitely for continuous, same location, spirit communication, which my wife doesn't really want me to be doing in the home.
Yeah, even I get, I keep my stuff outside. I don't ever really do it inside the house.
Well, I think I don't get a lot of, I don't think I get a lot of responses in the house because, oh, hey, Jamie. I saw Jamie join. I don't get a lot of responses in my house, I think, because my wife is a, I don't want to say she's a Wiccan. She's not. She's like me, a Gnostic, but she has a lot of Wiccan beliefs, and she does a lot of practices like that, and she has warded this house numerous times. So I think it keeps things out. I think if I get any through, it's my spirit guides. And I think some of my guides are my, I have an unborn sister, I think it's been with me since I can remember, and my great-grandfather. And I asked them, you know, if they can bring anybody through to try to talk, you know, through them, maybe protect them. Because there's one time I was down here testing, and my son said he saw an old man and a little girl. And those are the only two people I know of that I know are with me. And I swear they were up there watching him because I was doing this stuff.
That's funny. That's funny you say something about an unborn sister. I have a third nipple, and I researched it, and it could have been that there was twins when my mom was I researched it. There was,
yeah, I know what you're saying too.
There was twins when my mom was pregnant, but through not having the right foods, I may have assumed,
right,
consumed my twin, and that's why I have an extra. And it's odd, but it's interesting because I sometimes ask if there is someone around me that was my twin.
Now this one was before me. She'd be a half sister. It was my mom's first marriage. One of the things though when I was born is I had their extra embryo sac around me. What do you call it? Covering me, and they say that could be that I had a twin too in the womb. You know, early stages didn't make it. But my twin sister, or I don't not twin sister, but my half sister died before. You know, my mom was 8 months pregnant. And she lost her in a miscarriage, and she had a psychic tell her where she'd go, the little girl your son talks to, because I'd always be like, oh, who you talk to? My mom would ask, and be like, oh, the little girl. And I remember now what she looked like and everything. I thought she was a real little girl. My mom would talk to the psychic, and the psychic said, oh, the little girl your son talks to, not knowing anything about my mom at all. She goes, that's your unborn daughter. That you miscarried. You know, this woman knew nothing about my mom and said that to her. So I've always wondered if she's there. And sometimes I do see like a little white smudge or blur go by in my house. Like it's about the height of like a little girl. Now she was never born. I think she just chooses to look like the little girl I saw when I was a kid. She wore a white dress, really dark hair. But she was never born, so she chooses whatever form I guess she wants to appear. These things boggle the mind, how it all works, you know. Only on Paranormal Soup, special edition today, do we get to find out David Coffin has a third nipple, though. Only here, people. You guys want to? I said it was going to be an allophone test, but I think we can go as far as we can right now with the allophones. I was tempted to try to do the Paranormal Soup Allophone test, which I don't know if my bandwidth could handle. It was just running Raven, 2 EVP makers, and the PSI bank, but I tried that out earlier, and I'm like, I don't know if that's going to work on this. I think it'll shut everything down. I don't think my computer can take a copy. I think I'd really be tearing a hole in the universe. But let's see. Maybe we pull up a little bit of the SCD one now. I did this. I'm going to keep on experimenting though. I'm going to keep going back to the allophones. I want to do some tests monthly. An ITC Collective is going to be about Raven. It's going to be about the Weldon's video box. Chris here is going to be on it. Chris, are you going to be able to play the Raven live that night of the show?
I will. I will set up outside.
Yes. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I will. I'll be
awesome. Because it's be cool to test it out. You know, Bill's gonna play it from Bill's end. We'll play it from your end. I don't know if Matt's gonna do it from his end. My end sucks because it does not like the tablet will only play like 2 players. It won't play the 4. Now, when you've been testing it, Chris, have you gotten what do you think you've been getting the best results? Playing 4 players or just playing 1 or 2 or what?
I would say 2. I usually go with the channels A and B and A and C. And that's the most results I've ever got. Like the D channel, we as we mentioned, talking through the messages, and I tried it with 1, so I get the best results playing with, like I said, bank A and B or A and C, but mostly bank A and B.
That's cool. But you know, my idea, I talked about this too for allophones. If I could just build the dream app, is to have like a thing that had like 20 players.
And that's the thing. When I was working with the Raven, I got a smartphone, so I was like, oh, maybe I get a chance to work the Raven on the smartphone, but it comes up some little blocks on my. And
yeah.
I don't know what exactly
it's
that is.
It's window. Well, it's a window device too. Raven is. That's why it's not. It's only a Windows Phone. It would work probably, maybe. Right. But it's only going to work with Windows devices. It's a free, it's a free streaming app, and that's the other thing. It's not good to take out to an investigation if you don't have internet to use, because it's going to need the internet. Now, that's why Matt has that PSI bank player, and then he's giving you the packets to play. But the difference between the Raven and using just a bank player is the bank player is only going to play each allophone.
Right.
So, instead of the Raven, which plays all these allophones on top of each other.
When I was doing that, I was using my hotspot from, and then I would just load it on to the Wi-Fi on my computer and just was able to do it that way. So.
Nick from the chat asked, Jason, do you know why some people get better output than other people with the Raven? Well, right now there's not that many people testing it because he hasn't told me yet, but as far as I know, it's still not released to the public. We chose people with portals because this is built for a portal device. You could use it without. You can use it without, but the whole purpose of it was with a portal because it's modulated volume. So the allophones are going up and down, and that portal will cut out just the lower ones, and so only the louder ones will come through. So you can get those segmented pieces of hopefully replies. If you use it without a portal, you're just going to hear all the audio, and you have to pick out yourself with your ears what the reply is. And that might be harder. So I don't know. I mean, so far I've seen what Bill and Chris have come up with, and Rob, I don't know if he's posted anything yet.
Yeah,
he's got some stuff.
Yeah, he did.
I gotta see. Did he post something on a Weird Wednesday I missed?
Yeah.
Damn it! All right, I gotta find that because I forgot to look. So I know Rob's got. He said Rob was very impressed by the app. So they have all seemed to have gotten some good replies. I don't think anybody's gotten anything better than anybody else.
Right. The only thing that, like you said, you cannot hear the direct responses once they come through. You got to go back, review your evidence, and
Steve
then
Huff.
Yeah.
Steve Huff's video, which I wish he would have posted to YouTube. I should ask him if he can get that up on YouTube for me. I should message him and see if he can get that up on YouTube because I want to play it the night of the show. It's way lost in Facebook now where I can't find it. I'm going to ask him if he could post it to YouTube. That way I can show it on the show for the ITC Collective night, because he got some replies, and when he did it, he's thinking, oh, I'm not really hearing anything, and then he was thinking, okay, and then he goes back and listens to it because he's a diligent person like that, and he got some great replies, even an F Jesus reply that I'm like, okay, only Steve Huff are going to get something like that, right? But you know what it also said though? It said hurt or it hurts on Steve Huff's, and I noticed, I think it was Bill. Or somebody had that, or was it you? Somebody had it hurts on one of their replies too.
No,
when they were testing. It might have been Bill. I think Bill got it hurts on his. So I'm wondering, like, does my app hurt you, or does it hurt for you to use all that stuff? I wonder. I actually gotten it hurts on other SCD or SD1 and SB7. I always wonder if these devices are painful for them to use in any way. It's an interesting question. Maybe we should turn up the SCD1 and ask that and see if we get that reply.
That's interesting because when Cindy and Kat were with Death last night,
Yeah.
they were getting a few replies about it hurting.
Really? They were on last night?
Yeah, they were on last night and they did a little bit of a show. And I
Oh, I didn't
don't
even
know
know.
if Death is still in chat or not. I saw him earlier, but that is interesting about it hurting.
I didn't know they did a show last night. I know Bill did. I was out, man. I was falling asleep on the couch, so I didn't get to hear anybody's show last night. I wouldn't have. Oh, come on now. I think I got too many themes open. There we go. Get that running. But for some, did you watch Bill's show last night?
I saw a little bit of it, and then I had to go.
I was gonna watch it today, and then he removed it. So I was just wondering if something went wrong or whatever.
They were testing another app. I forgot the name of it though.
Well, I was
There's a new
interested to
app that
see.
came out.
I was interested to see his show because he finally went and bought the mixing board. Because I've been hounding him. I'm like,
he was using a mixing board last night.
Yeah, it's a little one like I have, but his is a little upgrade from my little one. His has got the built-in USB, while mine has a plug-out USB. Which
What do you have?
Technical stuff.
Behringer?
I have 2 Behringers and a Fender. I have 3 mixers.
Oh, okay. I know about mixing boards. That's why.
Yeah. I got the older I got a little Behringer and a bigger Behringer, but both of them go through the audio line into a USB interface. Bill's got one for $60. They got now a little Behringer where you don't even need that USB extra interface. It's built-in USB. So he just plugs it in, and that way you can plug. I've been telling him to do this. I'm like, because people hear like, oh wow, your SCD1 sounds so clear on your show. I'm like, it's because there's no speaker playing into the mic. It's playing right into the mixing board. And anybody else out there doing these ITC shows, I highly recommend. You spend $60, and you can blend your vocals with your spirit box into your show. And anybody that wants to know, ask me, find me on Facebook, friend me. I will tell you how to do it. It's not hard. I love sharing information. I love helping people. So I was happy to help Bill get that set up. So I wanted to see what happened with the show, but he took the video down. I don't know what happened. Uh-oh. All right. Well, I got the SCD1 playing here.
Trying to think of the name of the application he was working with last night. Yeah. Can't think of it.
All right, if there's any spirits that like to come through on this device, we are not using allophones now, people. This is actually SCD1. So if you do get words, that's why. But let's make them direct replies, hopefully. All right, our first question: does using these devices hurt you?
Yes.
Wow,
Right there.
that was a yes.
Yeah.
That was an immediate yes. But you never know. Yeah. David asked you, how does it hurt you?
Alden?
That's what I thought I heard. It was Alden, or I was going to say Olive. I don't know.
Alden was an uncle of mine.
Alden was what?
An uncle?
An uncle? Okay. Is Alden there for David?
Eric.
Yeah. What was Alden's last name? If Alden's there, can you validate by telling us your last name?
Here would have been a violation of
I heard incoherent, but okay.
Yeah.
Talk to us? Okay. Yeah, everybody, a lot of people said they heard Eric. Is there Eric here? Can you say your name again to validate? Say maybe your full name?
Is known.
Few different topics.
Catherine, you don't have to keep yourself muted the whole time. You can join in any time, hon.
And what?
She's not feeling good either.
I'm doing some I turned off my camera.
What's up, Dave?
I'm doing some paracord work, so I just turned off my camera.
Oh, okay.
Trying to figure out how to download this on my computer.
Download which one?
She can't get Google Hangouts to work out on her computer. It just brings up the quotation marks like it's loading and doesn't ever load in. So she's on her phone right now.
I'm on my iPad.
Yeah.
I didn't realize every time you do that one app, it always says my name. When we were at that one house, it was saying my name a lot.
This SCD one I'm doing right now?
No, the one before it.
Oh, the one before it? I've never used that one at a house yet.
What do we use at that last house?
Nope. I have not used any of the AVP Maker or any of that at a house since Spell Guinness.
Well, what did we use at the one that we used at the last house.
The one I used at the last house, we didn't use any app. We used the Spirit Box. This thing here. We used this and the SB7. But yeah, it did say your name there with that.
Hacked Memorex.
Yeah, I got that from Rob Autry.
That's cool.
Can you tell us, who are we speaking with? Can you say a name again? Is it Eric still?
What the hell?
Yeah, I know. We'd like to know more about how these devices might hurt you. Does it drain your energy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear the yes. I would love for a founding father of ITC research to come through, like Radovave. Can Konstantin Radovave come through?
I believe.
Would you mind if I ask for someone who has died within the last couple of months?
No, go for it, David.
Is there any of the Constantinos around and you have done paranormal research? Can you answer it?
Are you asking for the Constantinos? Whatever. Oh man, you're gonna get me some flack, buddy.
I asked first.
You didn't ask who.
And if anybody has any complaints, they can. My Gmail is my name.
Yeah, you go complain to
They
David.
can complain to me.
They can complain to
I
David
do have a
Coffin.
YouTube channel also.
Go complain to David Coffin. This was not my idea. Not after the flack Steve got. I would never even mention that. And all he did was mention it. All he did was make a comment to somebody's question, and he got a crap load of flack for that.
Well, the thing is, I see it as a power play that other people tried to do.
Yeah, that's drama. I don't even want to get involved in it.
What did we talk about when we had a cigarette there by Wolf Manor?
Yes. And they get.
I heard I'm naked.
I said. With the out. Okay, for the
I thought you were going to ask about somebody you knew personally that passed away.
I thought
Oh,
this
I
sounded good.
could. No, I knew them personally.
where to come.
Can you say the name of anybody in the chat room for validation?
Mom?
Oh, that's my daughter. Sorry.
That's from Catherine's end. I recognize it. But it just said mom. It just said
Yeah,
mom.
I heard that. I heard that.
My daughter's a good.
Oh, hold on a sec. I'm curious. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm curious what happens if I play the SCD-1 with a bunch of allophones going at the same time. Should I tear a hole in the universe and try?
Go for it.
Well, you see, I don't know if it'll work.
Yeah. Andrews. I myself.
Can you use these together to communicate? Can you validate this by saying one of our names?
I heard know who you are.
Let's go really crazy here. Really crazy. So now I'm going to add some effects. We'll see what happens. All right. It's got tremolo now.
I know who you are. Is that my relative that was in Oceanside, California? Who left me an EVP saying the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a yeah.
Now this, I'm going all crazy here, people. I got tremolo, phase, EVP maker, and SCD-1 all running right now.
Sounds like a stress test.
Sounds like Doctor Who to me.
Who is ready?
You ready to communicate? Can you tell us your name?
Or is that Eddie?
What's that?
Sounds like a swing.
Now it's PSI Blank Player on top of all that.
That
Going all
is,
crazy.
where did you go to in LA?
thought I said L.A.
I knew a lady named Hetty that was a regular back in the 70s. Playboy man.
Let's try this. I'm gonna do the mute method. So I'm gonna turn it down, and then I'll turn it up after each question and see if we get a reply with that. And this is with all this crazy jumbled mess going around in this tablet right now. So let's see. All right, we're gonna ask for a name. Can you give us a name? Ed? I'm going to turn it down again. Can you confirm by saying your name again? If this is Ed, say Ed again.
I heard a yeah.
Do these devices hurt you? If they hurt you, say they hurt you. Give us a full reply. Hurt us. I heard that.
I heard an odd voice that said talk.
Talk. Another validation. I'm going to turn the volume up. Can you tell me how many fingers am I holding up? Might have hurt too. All right, I turned all the other apps off. Except for SCD1. But I thought it'd be interesting to play all that. Oh, I'm echoing in somebody's background. Is that yours, Catherine?
Hey, you sound.
I know. I hear myself in somebody's delayed feed. How just now? Yeah, it was Catherine. Yeah, we'll get that figured out for you, Catherine. It's something on your thing. If you have it playing through the speakers and not headphones, that might be doing it too.
No, you're just. I don't have speakers on. Or I just have you on the regular iPad.
I don't have headphones on, so it's not that.
Huh. But I'm hearing myself coming through somebody else's audio.
Still hear yourself?
Mute yourself again, Catherine. I want to see if it's you. All right, I'm testing. Yeah, it's from Catherine's end somehow. Wonder if oh, it's David.
Is it me?
I think so. Yeah, because now she's muted. Okay. You're both muted. I don't hear it. Catherine, unmute yourself. Hello, hello, hello. Nope, it's David. Yeah, if you don't have headphones on, David, I don't know if that's what it is. We're hearing it through your speakers. There's always a slight delay.
Well, you're all delayed.
That's odd because I haven't ran headphones the whole time I've been on here, and this is the first time that it started.
Well, it could be because I'm on Wi-Fi and I'm not plugged in, Dave, so you're getting my signal just a few seconds slower than you usually do. So that could be why you're getting that delay when my vocals come through. If I got it plugged in, you got a good signal, it's on sync and it doesn't really echo delay. But if I'm on my Wi-Fi right now, that's why. So on a regular show, I plug it in, but since this is just testing, I didn't plug in my Ethernet cord. You won't have to worry about that on my, well, it even happens with my Ethernet cord where sometimes the signal slows down. And the more people I got in the panel, the more it will. All right, we'll do a little more testing and then I'm going to go.
Well, hunting other way.
I'll ask everybody before I go. Does everybody want to keep going with the SCD1 in the chat room, or do you want me to go back to trying some allophone stuff? I'll wait till people respond in the chat room. It takes them a few seconds to hear.
I sent you a request. Maybe if I sent it to you, it might work for me.
What do you mean?
On the Google Hangouts, I sent you a request.
Well, that won't do anything with it. I still have to send it out by typing your email in. That shouldn't have anything to do with it. And you can't send me a request to join. I have to send you an invite. Just that's how it always works.
Oh.
I think there's a plug-in or something that's not loading in on your computer, that your computer's not automatically doing it.
I did download more things, so I don't know if it might work this time.
Okay. I mean, if you can use your iPad for it, you can use your iPad for it. It sounds, I mean, you sound a little muffled, might be because of the mic on there, but the echoing was coming from David's end, not yours.
I'm sick, that's why it's sounds weird.
We'll get you on. I'm game for whatever from Belinda, game for whatever. All right. Jamie says SCD1. She gave me a vote, so we'll go with that.
victory. Ignition rate. Liberty.
All right, we're going to be leaving. If there's any spirits, positive spirits only, let my guardian guides help me pick a spirit to talk. Can you have any messages for anybody watching right now? Say your name.
Boy. Bring a finding.
Can you say a name of a person in that's watching right now you want to talk to? Yeah, I heard that boy. Jamie typed in boy in the chat room. I heard boy. Are you talking about the boy upstairs right now? Can you say his name? It's thinking.
Practicing.
Heard that.
Can you say the name of my son that's going to be born at the end of January? You've done it before. We're getting Mike through. That's the third time now I've heard Mike. Anybody in the chat room know a Mike that might be trying to come through?
For the chat.
Somebody said they thought they heard Christopher. Anybody here that wants to talk to Christopher? If you're a relative of Christopher, say your name.
Polio.
Polio?
That's that polio.
Polio? I heard my name just a second ago. I heard Jason after that, too. Somebody said they thought they heard Frankie. Trying to communicate, you gotta be specific of who you or what you want to talk to. Somebody thought it said Cinepolio Julio. That's what I thought it was, Julio. If you wanted to talk to me, because I did hear my name, tell me what your name is.
Name 5. I.
Say your name again. What was your name?
Really? Wait.
I gotta ask you, Chris. Are you really a doctor?
Ha! Oh man.
Because you're like, what name do you want on the banner? You maybe put Dr. Christopher Bobbitt.
I am a doctor religiously, believe it or not.
Wow.
I have my bachelor's in psychology.
Awesome.
I'll tell you offline.
Okay, that's cool.
No, but I really am a doctor. I really am.
That's awesome.
But you know, it's like Dr. Martin Luther King, how like
Right.
through religion, and
Yep,
I'm not
I
sure if you
gotcha.
heard of Billy Graham, but
Yep, I got you.
okay.
Well, that's what I thought maybe might be. I was just like, find out you're a doctor of proctology or something.
Oh.
Then we're gonna ask what strange things you found up people's butts, but I don't know.
Oh man.
We're gonna be going soon. Spirits out there, you want to communicate? Now's your chance.
Keith is old.
I'd love to ask for my grandmother to come through. I will ask that.
And
If she's there, say the last thing you said to me before you died. Or last thing you said to me.
Call 30. Please hold.
Michael, I keep getting Michael.
Yeah.
Or Mike.
Heard Mike a few times too.
Well, it makes me worried because the last time I did a test, spirit boxing, we were getting Mike. And in,
I just heard it right now when you were talking.
And I have a cousin that's in jail that I'm distant. Used to be like a brother to me that I don't talk to anymore, and I worry about him. Like, I gotta find out what happened to him, because it's something about him in jail and stuff or whatever before, and I'm like, if he died, I don't know if I'd ever even heard about it. It breaks my heart. Is this about Michael Mason?
Why?
Is this about my cousin? As far as I know, he's still alive. Now, so my grandmother coming through, I know she worried a lot about him. Addict. I would really like to talk to my grandmother. Or my great-grandfather I've never met. Can you say his name? Somebody said earlier can't breathe, they heard, and he died from a rare disease where he couldn't breathe anymore.
I think
I think.
I heard that. What was my great-grandfather's name?
Around.
That's a weird noise.
On hearing Hunt.
Hunt? My great-grandfather's name was Harvey. It's pretty hard to try to keep check a chat and do this, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah. Man, the struggle, I tell you.
Little boy. You talking about my little boy upstairs? And Belinda, yeah, this is all recorded on my YouTube channel. I am taping this. Belinda asks, I hope you're taping all this, Jason, because I think there are a few messages there for you. Yeah, I'll be listening back. I never have time to edit these things down, though. I got so much I got to listen back to. There's a number of Untagged Tuesdays I still have not gotten to edit.
I go through 6 hours of footage just to make my little 5-minute video.
Right? You make awesome videos, man. Your videos
thanks.
rock. I like the one here, like
Appreciate
Hotel
that.
California playing in the background or something, man. I'm like, man, he makes it all beautiful. Mine come up all like, you can tell they're made on Windows Media Player.
Oh man, I make mine off a Mac, but I just updated my Mac to the El Capitan, so they like redid the whole iMovie. So I got some new features, but still, I
need to get you to make me some promo videos, man.
Of course. I'll do it for the Raven.
What I want to do is make a promo video of like segments from my shows, like different parts, like the demonic growl I got, having Steve Huff on the show.
Did that scare the hell out of you? I was at a Headley Powerhouse, and then it just was like right next to me, and I just made this. It just freaked me out.
I'm in my house right here, right where I'm sitting.
Did I feel really bad for you?
Yeah, live on the show, and I had somebody who has like some really crazy stuff going home, like finding a knife in her bed stuff, like spirits doing crazy stuff. And I had Katrina Cooper on, who was the first time I had her on. Every time I have her on, something weird comes through, and we got this total like dog demonic growl come through on the show. And there was like heavy breathing and like a person talking. And then when I got Katrina on again with her team she belongs to in Texas, we were getting heavy breathing that night come through. Whenever I get Katrina on, crazy stuff happens. If anybody knows Katrina Cooper, she should be posting on my Facebook about places she's going and when to book with her. She's an awesome medium. I don't trust too many mediums, but Katrina Cooper is definitely #1 on my list.
She's the only one.
Yeah, she helped Catherine out.
Still is.
Say, her think spirits, if you're there, going to be going soon. Goodbye. Gonna have anything to say? Any personal messages for people in the channel watching right now? I got this question. Will my show ever be on TV?
You're on YouTube.
No, TV. My dream is,
International.
I'll admit this to people. I don't care about being famous or anything like that. But all I care about is connecting with people. Like, and having, like, just meeting all you cool people through this is, like, the biggest dream of mine. And it's been awesome. But I would love to be able to hit a national network to, like, just have a night once a week where anybody could pop in like you guys do. and just meet people every night, or every Sunday night.
I'm just happy to be able to talk to people about this, because
Yes.
when I was getting into this, I have friends and they don't believe, so I cannot make a connection with them. So when I started, talking to Keith and talking to you guys and joining the ITC, I was like, wow, this is awesome that there are people I can talk to. So
this is exactly why I do this. This is, like, I don't care if people. I want people to remember my show name, not my name. Like Paranormal Soup. Yeah, that's where we can go watch, and we can, and we can chat and talk about this stuff. I want the show to go big, just so I can have a bigger outreach to meet more people.
I got a question for you. Have you had? What is the like? Has there been some unpleasant messages that have come through the box for you that you were kind of like eerie about, or? Not
for me. I haven't. Well, we were on an investigation. It did say devil. When around the same time, one of my investigators, Judy, that's been on the show, had like a moment of, like, I call a walk-in, where she felt like something was, like, took her over for a minute. It was a really weird night, but I don't think it's like the devil coming through. I think spirits reply on these boxes a lot of times with the devil and stuff because they think it's the devil. They think it's evil.
The worst one I had, I was on an investigation over at this theater, and it says, in 10 days you will die.
Ooh.
So I was like,
that's not what you want to hear.
And then on day 10, I didn't even want to drive that day.
I don't blame you. Oh my God, yes, no, screw that. Ricky asked me one night when he saw I was doing this. He's like, "You've always said Ouija boards are bad. Well, isn't this the same thing as a Ouija board?" I go, "It's worse. It's worse." My wife hates that I do any of these testing like this, and I try to keep it spaced out. I only test once in a while. But I will say this right now. It can open doors, but just like a Ouija board, it can lie. It can completely lie to you, and it will say stuff to upset you and mess with you. I don't get anything negative through on mine, because if you notice, I joke. I'm jovial, about it, and I keep things as positive as possible. And before I start, I always, take a minute, and I ask my guardian spirits to only allow positive spirits through, nothing negative. And I do believe in that protection.
I say the same thing. I open up with love and peace, and I'm not here to talk. I only talk to positive energy. So yeah, that's pretty much.
And so far, I don't think the only time I got anything negative through. I mean, it wasn't even doing a spirit box. It was just that night I did that show. There was no spirit box. I just came through the show's audio, and I think it came from that woman's end, Sandy. It had this happen with her. Jamie just said they told her she was dying last Sunday.
Yeah, it scares the hell out of you. I tell you, you hear some stuff, and it's just.
And she said,
at first I was like a little like I wasn't too worried, but when the time came down to say 10 minutes, I would be like tomorrow.
I would be a little worried, and they could at least have said tomorrow. At least you'd only have one day to sweat it out. Right?
Exactly.
But Jamie said she told them, "I know that I started dying when I was bored." Good smart ass reply to him.
You did get that child molester at my house that liked my daughter.
Yeah, I've been wanting to talk to you about playing that evidence on the show. I don't know. It's down in your basement. It's video evidence, so I didn't really want to play that. But we did get some interest responses. First time I used the portal device on investigation was Catherine's basement, and Katrina Cooper was there. What, Catherine?
Ever given me anything of what you found that night?
Well, we listened back to it. So everything we heard that night is what came through. I haven't heard anything extra. I mean, it's all subjective too. I don't know if we really are getting communication or not.
Well, she keeps seeing shadows, but we're thinking it's more towards those Indians than I think after we found out.
From your property.
I noticed that too. Anytime I go on an investigation that has to do with Native Americans, it's always like more of a higher activity than most.
I talked about that with Dave Spinks when we had him on. He was saying he's worked a lot of stuff with Native American land and that, and he says it's always more higher active, and a lot of the time it's pissed off spirits.
You should have been here on the blood moon. That night we went to that house, it was the shadow play in the basement.
Oh, I never got to ask you about the night you and Judy went. Yeah, what happened?
Are we talking about a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing happened. Welcome to ghost hunting, people.
I haven't even. I got Renee listening to the evidence right now because I have my papers to write. And it was nothing. There was no weird feelings. There was absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling it'd be like that. Speaking of investigations, I'm still going through the stuff from the Doolin Beach House. Are you?
We were talking. Yeah, Renee's doing it right now because I have my midterm and she's gonna give it to me in a couple days so I can go over which.
Okay, yeah, I'm still going through my audio from that. We did this house and it's out here in Michigan City, Doolin Beach. It's an old John Lloyd Wright home, and I did a 10-minute session by myself, and I got like 5 EVPs in 10 minutes. That's incredible.
Got a girl giggling.
Girl giggling?
There was a girl. She's got a lot of stuff. There was a girl giggling. But like I said, I gotta go over it because she's not trained.
Yeah, you have to re-review it to make sure it's not. You can debunk and make sure it wasn't one of us because she wasn't there.
Well, it was when we had the next to the skull. No one.
we found a human skull too, Chris.
Wow.
Yeah, I went through the walkthrough during the day, and the owner, I go, "Is this a skull?" She goes, "Well, I don't know." She's like, they had it in their like garage, and I look at it and I felt weird. I'm like, well, it doesn't feel like a skull because I've touched human bone before. But I'm like, God, it looks so real. And then later that night, I got Judy there, and I go, hey guys, take a look. You know, I think it was me and you and Catherine were down in the basement, and we saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm like, I think Catherine's like, I think it's real. So I take it to Judy, and Judy's like, oh no, that's real. It's been shellacked. That's why it feels weird. It was and the owner had stolen it from his high school. When he was like 16. And now it's in Catherine's possession.
Oh, no, it's not. I gave it to Renee. I didn't want it.
Gave it to Renee. Now it's in Renee's possession.
She's going to use it to learn the anatomy of the human skull.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always great to go on an investigation to find a human skull.
I think her dad said it was a girl.
I thought it was feminine. I was getting it. And you know what? Coming up on that spirit box session we did with that skull, 2 times I got the name Melina, but there's no way to really confirm this. The guy stole it from his high school, like when he was 16. You know, it's a long, long time ago. Who knows who it belonged to? We got to check on the research on that property for anybody named Melina, because I got that through the spirit box twice through that hack shack. We didn't think we were getting anything through it, but listening back, it was echoing so much in that room. We weren't hearing the replies very good, but we heard. I got Melina clear as day twice. So. We need to do research and find out.
I do have time next week. I don't have a paper due for another 4 more weeks. So
when you get to it, hon, I know you gotta get your work done.
Yeah, I'm pretty much clear for the next couple weeks. I just gotta figure out where to go. I need more information besides the address and what's going on in the area and who's living there. So I'll figure it out. Yep.
And then I will be once I get all this the stuff from this investigation done, edited, and showed to the owners. Then I will be posting an episode up of all the stuff we did at this place. It was we were hearing voices that night. Chris, one of my most skeptical investigators, heard a wheezing breathing by his ear. It was most active night we had in a long time in investigation.
You didn't finish about with the knocking and everything in that room.
Yeah, I was sitting in that room by myself during that 10-minute session, and something knocked on the, just tapped on the window. There's like these, it's like a porch.
You ever do shaving a haircut?
Oh yeah, we did it that night. Nothing responded back to the shave and the haircut. Yeah, we do it all the time. You're just waiting for that certain special ghost that's like Sheldon from Big Bang, and then he's got to finish the knock that he can't help himself. That's what's got to do the shave and the haircut. So. All right, I still got, you know what? 1 second. Let's see if it works. This has been playing the whole time. I just had it down. All right, we're going, spirits. Can you say goodbye? Can you say goodbye?
Right.
Goodbye? Thought I heard goodbye. Well, thank you. Ah, I heard goodbye. I always get goodbyes. Well, thank you. Well, thank you guys for watching. I better go. I promised my son After this, I'd sit and play Jurassic World with him. So I got some shows coming up. So tomorrow's open lines. Anybody that's been watching right now, if you got a good ghost story, UFO story, or you want to talk about a conspiracy theory you think people should talk about, I'm opening up my show for anybody and anything to talk about. If it's paranormal, weird, related, you know, I don't want to hear about, you know, you thinking about buying the next, sports car or something. I don't care about that. You know, it's got to be interesting in the paranormal world, conspiracy theory, that area. You know, call in on my Skype line. It's OOJBLANDOO. Add me to your contacts. Call in. Tell me, you know, your ghost experience, UFO experience, whatever experience, or you just want to, if you want to call and talk about something you think I should have on the show, or a good video you saw on the show, on YouTube you think I should pull up. I'll find it on YouTube that night and play it right there. So call in. It's open lines. I'm going to play EVPs from past investigations. I have Lisa Marie Hughes on, my friend from England. We're going to talk a little bit about her water ITC she's been doing. She's got some amazing pictures lately. And then I'm going to have at the beginning of the episode on who has an amazing picture he got on an investigation. This is, I don't see a lot of ghost pictures I really feel great about most of the time, but this one is, it's incredible. I as soon as I saw it yesterday, I said, hey man, can you come on the show and talk about it? Will you put that up, because I want to talk about it. He's in the ITC Collective. I'm actually going to show it twice. I'm going to show it tomorrow, and then I'm going to bring it up again on Best Evidence for ITC Collective, because to me it's the best evidence. So, a picture's worth 1,000 words, and this is an incredible picture. So I cannot wait to talk with him about that. That'll be part of the World Wide Web of Weird segment. It'll be at the end of that segment, and I'll bring him on Google Hangouts, and we'll talk about that at the beginning, because the picture's incredible. I mean, I never gotten a single damn ghost picture. Now, maybe I don't take enough pictures. I know that. It's probably because I'm just skeptical I'm ever going to get anything. And we do take pictures, but I've never got anything but dust, you know. We do need to take more pictures, though. I feel like every time I see a ghost picture, I'm like, I need to start taking more damn pictures, because one of these days something's going to happen, you know.
Thinking, we haven't gotten anything besides, you know, orbs that you don't like and lots of dust.
Sorry, it can be recreated as dust. It can be recreated as dust. You know, and big announcement.
On some of the stuff, especially on my night vision camera for my security, that's some odd stuff I showed you.
It's odd, but that's all you can say about it. You can't say anything else about it. It's odd, it's weird, but it could be dust.
Normal is.
Also coming up, I wish this wasn't scheduled so late in the year, or well, late, it's beginning early of the year. It's this February 7th, 2016. I will have Roger Freibolt from Project Afterlife on the show. Thanks to Carissa Fleck for hooking me up with him. I am a huge interest in people's near-death experiences, and that's what, if everybody's ever seen the show Project Afterlife, that's what the show's about. They go and interview people about their near-death experiences. I actually work with somebody who had an incredible near-death experience. I mean, she was dead. They say near-death, I mean they were dead, you know, and then they came back. And I'm gonna call her that night on Skype to have her tell her story to me and Roger. She showed me an orb picture too. And her picture is her and her older son, and there's one orb on his knee and one orb on her knee. I'm like, it's weird. They both take those relative positions, but it's, you know, they're dust. I don't know. It could be dust. It could be real. I'll say that, and I always say this about orbs, though. I always say this about orbs: is it could be dust, but it could be paranormal, because what's dust attracted to? Static. And if ghosts are using electromagnetic energy and static electricity in the air to manifest, what's going to collect to it? Dust. So there could be something paranormal to it. There definitely could be something paranormal to orbs. But the problem that lies in it is that I can go and take a camera, rock around your carpet, knock up a bunch of dust, and guess what? Your house is completely freaking haunted. You're going to have dust all over. You know, you're going to have all these orbs all over the place.
Can you explain the one that came out of my dad's butt?
What?
Remember? Did you explain the one that came out of Leo's butt?
Yeah. I had to discount that too. I thought that was weird. I got this video of her dog. She's got this great, huge, mastiff dog, and he walks in front of the DVR camera, and this orb goes out of his butt and does his loop-de-loo like does this whole like loop-de-loo around like this and then flies off. Like, so either you got dust flying around or you got a ghost that likes to fly out of your dog's ass.
My house has been the cleanest
Possessed.
too.
All right, well, thank you guys.
Well, hey, Jason, thank
yeah.
you. And one of these nights, on the near death, I have a story for you, a personal story for you. On
Well, you can. It's up to you. You can call in tomorrow night if you want, or just hop on the Hangout. I might have too many people on Hangouts because I'm trying to get some Midwest Paranormal in, so I may have you just call in on the Skype line.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Yeah, call in on the Skype line tomorrow night and tell me the story, and then and you're welcome to tell it again on February 7th, because that's going to be about near-death experiences with that guest. And who knows, if anybody's got a near-death experience they want to tell, he might be interested in having, who knows, he might try to reach out to you, I don't know, to get on his show, because that's what they do. They go and find people with near-death experiences. So if you got one, or if you know somebody that's got one, have them call into my show that night. It'll be February 7th. And like I said,
want to let Kat know also.
Cat Angel?
Yeah, because
she's going to be on tonight?
Near-death. I'm not sure if she has a show tonight or not.
Well, it was scheduled for tonight. That's why when you said she was on last night, I was like, well, I thought she was on tonight. Because I was
actually on Death's show.
Okay, well, I think she's supposed to be on tonight because I was going to try to check it out if she was going to be on. I was going to try to hop on her chat if my kid lets me. So I was going to try to hop on there and check out her show if she's on tonight. So if I am, I'll try to ask her because if she's got a near-death experience, I'll have her call in too.
Yeah, that'd be great. She has a really good story, and that's what she says originally started her powers.
Really? Oh, well, I definitely have to ask her about that. Maybe she'll let me get on her show and I can talk to her about it for a minute. All right, thank you guys. I'm going to start up the end music now. Oh, maybe.
Thank you, Jason.
Thanks, you guys. I'll see Chris, I'll see you on the 29th for the ITC Collective. And I'll see all of you guys hopefully tomorrow night on the show. Remember, call in, whatever if it's paranormal related, call in. Or like I said, even if it's conspiracy theory, you want to talk about some crappy things going on right now with the government, I'm sure there's plenty. I'll let it go on the show. I'm not big into conspiracy theories. I am really, but I don't like to get in my show too much. I don't want to get too political. But we can talk about some of that stuff. It's open lines, guys. It's for you guys. Call in, bring up whatever you want. So thank you, guys. I will talk to you tomorrow.
You get inside, leave your soul behind. All the signs of life, and what you don't Away where silence holds the day, just knowing is where the living when times are still, my past no longer will. Never found my fill, approaching chill. Only really comes from me.
Thanks for coming on, guys, in this last minute out of the blue Paranormal Soup Special Edition. Listen to some of the testing and just having some fun. So I will see you guys next tomorrow. All right, 10 p.m. to midnight. Don't forget to call in. Skype ID OOJBLANDOO. See you then.